Revelation 1513. From the 10th of July 1940. Action is life. Inaction is danger. To humbly submit to the will of the Lord will make you worthy of His grace. And that is why you accept everything what the Lord sends to you without contradiction or inner rebellion. Because when God considers you with suffering, He also proves His love to you. Only because He loves you intimately, He lets you suffer, because otherwise you can never reach Him, but He wants that you find to Him. And that is why you will only force the world when you have submitted yourselves to the Lord, because when you give up your will and live in His will, greatest power is at your disposal, and you overcome the world and every opponent who approaches you to bring you down. And that is why you unconditionally entrust yourselves to the Divine Lord. He will direct and guide you on all ways. In restless busyness everything is active what is out of God and again strives back to Him. For a life of rest and inactivity is no upward striving, but a sliding down into darkness. In activity alone lies life, and active is therefore everything what wants to live. To be inactive out of free will on the other hand is the greatest danger, to become forced inactive. The danger is therefore so great because the human will then becomes weak, and this weakened will is used by the adversary, who prevents man more and more to be active for his own becoming free. The will to activity is always an affirmation of the power, which flows towards man. If he uses it, then he will also be constantly active. If he rejects it, then he is also not able to be active, because out of own power he is able to do nothing. The will to activity also continuously earns him power, and this power again lets his will turn towards God more and more consciously. When man strives to work on himself and his soul, his will be constantly stimulated, and he will see the earth task in restless activity. He will not remain inactive, because he recognizes inactivity as a standstill, but he wants to ascend. The lightless state, however, weakens his urge for activity, that is, living in ignorance will also have an inhibiting effect. But the power of knowledge goes to everyone who asks God and prays to Him. Because the Lord does not leave these in darkness of spirit. Who prays to God intimately, he will stand in knowledge, power and favor will flow towards him. His urge for activity will be increased, and he consciously strives up. His will be constantly active, and to be active means to become free of all compulsion. To be active means to consciously receive the power out of God and to utilize it according to the will of God, and to be active according to the will of God means to redeem oneself out of the power of the adversary. Amen.